This channel is taking off like a rocket. That's right, this is your sexy moth king, Bart Coppens again. Today I'm going to give you a small rundown of some updates that have been happening and some new projects that I'm working on. Yeah, because you see, there's this thing called Patreon and you have to set goals there to encourage people to subscribe. And at every amount of subscribers I set a certain goal, a new project that I'm going to make for you. Now it turns out we achieved a lot of new people that subscribe, so I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of some of the changes that will be happening because of this. Stay tuned. You listen. Alright, so here's what's gonna happen. We already reached the goal of 21 people. 21 people that sponsored me. So let me take this damn thing off. The goal I set at 21 sponsors is that we are going to have a wildlife documentary of the old world swallowtail, the Papilio machaon in the Netherlands. So let's write it down. Papilio machaon. And this is one of the projects that I'm excited about because, you know, I film a lot of stuff that I have in captivity. Oh, ha, digging that hairstyle, by the way. Yeah, I look great today, I know. Anyway, I already went out filming today because I'm already developing a few wildlife documentaries. In fact, I was out filming a Tyria jacobi, a common type of tiger moth in the Netherlands today. Let's show you some footage, just a small teaser. Yeah, that's what I'm working on, a documentary of their life cycle, etc., how they live in the Netherlands, their biology. It would be cool to shift the focus from captivity to some things in the wild. Now, the Netherlands doesn't have a lot of exciting butterflies and moths. I know that sounds depressing, but biodiversity is relatively lower here than in most other countries, because, you know, it's not the tropics. Anyway, the old world swallowtail Papilio machaon is one of our most prominent and striking species of butterflies that you can find here in the Netherlands. So yeah, production is starting. The life cycle and biology of this species in the wild. In the Netherlands, 21 sponsors. There's so much more goals here that we achieved and that are going to happen. So let's move on to the 2022. 22. At 22 patrons, I also promised to deliver you something. You see, I'm working on a series called On the Hunt. And in this series I go hunting, now not literally hunting, but I go hunting for insects in several different environments. And these environments are, for example, the forest, but also the dunes, the suburbs, etc., heathlands, swamps, and of course in all these different habitats. So in all these habitats I will be finding random insects and telling something about them to my viewers. So basically I'm gonna go out there, catch random animals and show you all the interesting things that I find. It will be an interesting small mini-series where the differences between different habitats are easily showcased, and you never know what it is that you're going to find. It could be something interesting, it could be something rare, it could be something common. And this series is called On the Hunt, because, well, I'm on the hunt, so to say, hunting for insects. And at 22 I'm gonna write Dunes, because 22 sponsors on Patreon, I promised to make this small series. So that's an episode that's gonna be made. It's also in production. So there's so much things in production right now. It's hard to keep up, but I'm going to deliver all of it, at least this year, I hope. But you'll definitely see some of these videos being released like around July, August. Anyways, 23 was going to be an interesting one, because at 23 patrons I promised to crowdfund a bee hotel. Now, I don't know if you are familiar with what a bee hotel is, but a bee hotel is not like a beehive. It's not for honeybees, but it's basically a shelter where wild bee species that are struggling to survive can build a nest, like solitary bees, etc. But it can also be used as a place to overwinter for certain butterflies and moths and other insects. So the bee hotel is going to be something that helps the local biodiversity. And here's the interesting thing. So we have crowdfunded something that helps insects survive. So the idea behind this is that I want to have positive influence with my YouTube channel. There's so many YouTubers out there that are, spending their money on selfish goals, and I would be like, social media is a powerful tool. It gives you influence. I don't know, maybe income if you're really good at it. So why spend this all on yourself? At least I have this vision that it would be really interesting to turn all of this into, well, something that helps my cause, that is helping insects. At least that's what I think. So quick rundown, we crowdfunded a bee hotel that will help native pollinators, bees and butterflies to survive. We crowdfunded an episode where I go catch insects in the dunes in the Netherlands, show you some of the native species with narration, and a wildlife documentary about the old world swallowtail. Still a lot of goals to go. Let's move on. At 24 I am bringing back a mini-series that was popular with the followers of my channel, and it was called Moth Cycles. Moth Cycles was my mini-series where I document the entire life cycle of a moth in captivity. And at 24 sponsors, I promised to do an episode of the Chinese moon moth, Actias dubernardi. I'm gonna write dubernardi here. So that means, because we achieved this goal on Patreon, I'm going to make an episode for you where I record and document the entire life cycle of the Chinese moon moth in captivity, so you can literally see how I breed them from egg to adult, every life stage, everything I do, every time I clean the containers. It's gonna be like a video care sheet, so it's gonna be real interesting. Chinese moon moth is a beautiful species, and I think the viewers will really like this one. Anyways, moving on. 25. That's right, we are actually already beyond 25 sponsors. So that's so crazy how fast this channel is growing. Anyways, let's go. So the next goal I didn't set at 25, but at 26. And actually this channel has over 26 sponsors, so we achieved this goal as well. And this is going to be Bombyx mori. Bombyx mori is the mulberry silk moth. One of the few very fully domesticated insect species that humans have been breeding for over 2000 years. So that's one really extremely interesting insect from the perspective of somebody who breeds moths, because this moth has been bred for over 2000 years. It has massive economical and cultural significance. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna breed that moth, but I'm not just gonna breed it, I'm gonna also make a small documentary about them. I'm gonna make an informative video that talks about these insects and what makes it unique. And what sets it apart? Because, well, I don't want to spoil too much. I already said why this insect is special, but in this episode we're going to see basically a highlight of this very unique insect. And believe it or not, we actually got to 27 sponsors. This is where the channel is right now. That means 27 people are actually supporting this channel. So that's something to think about. That's really 27 people. It's a lot of people actually. And I set a goal when I reached 27, and this goal was actually going to be a forest hunt. You remember when I said that there's this mini series going to be called On the Hunt, where I'm going literally on the hunt, so to speak, to hunt for insects and show you the most interesting things that I can find. Now, episode 22 sponsors, we were going to do an episode in the dunes, but at 27 we are going to look around in the forest. So we'll have that little bit of forest ecology here, potentially some interesting forest species. So that's gonna make for a nice diversity. This is what we are. This is what we are at right now. So next target is, if we are lucky, is at 28. So if we have 28, if we get 28 sponsors, what I was gonna do is gonna make a double episode of Drawer of the Week. I will write the double episode. So that's going to be the next target, if we get to that point. Maybe we will, but hey, things take their time. This is enough to work on for me right now, so I'm gonna be busy. So good news overall. And oh yeah, about Drawer of the Week. The reason I haven't uploaded it for a while is because I haven't been to the museum a lot. Sometimes I have other things to do in my free time, you know, other things come up like my studies, work, moth breeding, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to go today. In fact, I have nothing important to do, but I'm too tired, so I skip it for a week. Anyway, Draw of the Week is continuing, let's say the end of June, but I'm stockpiling a lot of episodes. So when this mini-series comes back, you're going to have one episode every week for a long time. Yeah, that's like the status for now, man. That's all I want to say. A lot of progress here, a lot of growth. Basically, I hope you'd have, like a week ago I already uploaded a teaser of the things I'm doing behind the scenes, some footages that I'm working on. So it's probably going to be the best year for my channel ever. But I hope all of this work is going to pay off, because I really want to make some professional videos that are not just only vlogs of my pet insects, which are nice, but it's nice to go beyond that, you know, and to finally have the budget to do these silly and crazy things. So yeah. By the way, this episode called Moth Cycles, where I will breed the entire life cycle of species in one video. If this episode happens to end in a successful pairing, then one thing I've come up with is I will distribute the eggs of these moths to some of my sponsors on Patreon. Of course, I can only do this if you live in Europe or the United States, unfortunately. That's because of legislation. Sorry, I can't help you if it's illegal in your country. I mean, I have a lot of following online. I don't want to do illegal or shady things, but considering the fact we're going to breed the Chinese moon moth, some of you may be interested in subscribing, because, you know, who wouldn't like eggs of that species? But otherwise, small update, that's it. Kinda tired today, kinda rambling, many things going on in my head. So my English isn't that good this video, I know. How eloquent and outspoken I am, it just really varies with my mood and emotion and energy level. So hope you enjoyed the status update for now, because this stuff is gonna be a lot. Thanks for watching, see you soon. Hey everyone, and thanks for watching BartVlogs, my random YouTube mini-series where I talk about anything I want. I was very reluctant to do this and start vlogging, because you see, I'm an entomologist from the Netherlands that usually films butterflies, moths and other insects. And most of you have subscribed to see my YouTube content about biology and nature, not to watch me vlog about random things. But I had a revelation. You see, I am a very opinionated man, and YouTube has given me a platform, an audience, to listen to my opinions. Now, this was hard for me to resist. But it's also for the benefit of you, because this was my revelation. In Dutch we have a saying and it goes, ik moet mijn ei kwijt. Literally translated it means, I need to lay my egg. I have a pathological need to share my opinions. And I'm the same because I'm very opinionated. But why is it for the benefit of you? Well, if I get to contain my opinions within one YouTube mini-series, that means that I don't have to vent them in my other YouTube content. That means if you are here to watch butterflies or moths or other things about nature, then that's fine. It means you won't get to see my opinions when you are watching something educational. So to sum it up, most of my content is for you, the viewers, to see. But this mini-series is for me, because I need to vent my opinions. It's also a very good way to answer personal questions that all of you have asked me in the comments. And now I've given you, the viewer, a choice. Do I want to see Bart's opinions or not? Or do I just want to see the butterflies, moths, etc.? So there you go. Thanks for watching BartVlogs. Like, subscribe, and consider joining my crowdfunding platform, Patreon, because for some reason my entire YouTube channel is permanently demonetized and I'm reliant on crowdfunding for 100% to run this channel. Thanks for watching. Until next time in BartVlogs.